Hello. It is spooky season. I am so excited. Halloween became one of my most cherished holidays. I think because I'm so deprived. And because I've always been weird like that and very I would go into the woods and forage and find wild blackberries. And then we had an elderberry tree. And I would get these little vials from like Goodwill and thrift stores. And I would make my own ink. And I tried to write with feather pens. And I made my own parchment paper, with dipping it in tea, dark tea, black tea. Oh my gosh, I, had baskets where I would go and like collect stuff. Wasn't into the crystals just quite, but I would collect pretty rocks that I found. We had shale in our backyard. I would collect the shale. I would take pictures of mushrooms. It was just a whole thing. And looking back, as sheltered as I was, I'm surprised my mother didn't have concerns about, the way I was swaying spiritually and opening myself up to, all those things, because with Halloween comes Ouija boards and, glass balls and, all that stuff. And I feel like now, I'm definitely going to indulge my inner child in this season. But this is not what that is not what this video is about. But I do wish you a happy Halloween. I hope you guys enjoy all of the costumes and parties. We're gonna have a party. But this again, this video is gonna be a trigger. I'm gonna just put the trigger warnings out there. And God, with one way, you're gonna get the back talk. And I don't mean back talk in a negative way. I can see how anyone looking on the outside looking in, the trad life, the, choosing to quit your job and stay in a position where you could be, vulnerable with your significant other. I see it as a luxury, but hey, choosing to let him provide, and take the lead with the finances and all those things. Or, may look very doormatish. When I say soft life, that means be meek and mild. When I say, rest and relax and, not grind, not hustle, that means be lazy and be, like quiet and submissive in the sense of like, oh, he doesn't value my opinion or not even based on a partner, but just how I assert myself, how I show up. Do I speak up for myself? Do I make choices? Do I have an opinion? Am I heard? Am I validated? And I can see how a lot of those things in the past have been associated with all those things, if that makes sense. We have seen religion. We have seen certain groups of people. We have seen stay-at-home wives. We have seen a group of women that were not necessarily outwardly feminist stop, TT, you always do this, be taken advantage of because they were just so soft and they were just so provided for and they were just so traditionally in their roles as a woman, the homemaker, the housekeeper, the mother, the lover, the chef, the nurse, you know what I mean? Maybe we saw women in our families, be abused and not leave, but be homemakers, or be talked to crazy and not leave and be homemakers. And so all of those things are associated with negativity. I'm not here to convince you on my lifestyle and how. Stop it. Now you're just being rude. That's enough. Scratching up my leg. I don't like that. I'm not holding you right now. I will be with you in just a second. Oh my goodness. Crap, my train of thought. I'm not here to convince you of my family dynamic, my fiance's values, what his roles are, what I do, blah, blah, blah. I've touched on it a little bit because, yes, obviously major life, change with me moving into our house. But let me tell you, don't be fooled and believe that all of that negativity has to be your reality, and that there aren't people out here who will treat you how you want to be treated. Or you can't be this type of woman because you fear that it's going to make you come off as or be unheard, a doormat. You have to be submissive. So submissive means not having any say-so over your time, cooking and cleaning all the time, because what do you do all day if you're here? When I come home, I like a hot meal. You know what I mean? Or sleep with him when he's in the mood and you're not. Or all these crazy things that seem to come with being feminine and living how you want to live. It's not to get the man. It's not just to be set up. It's not just to, those are all perks. But for me, first of all, let me break down how a couple years ago I came up on the femininity. How I dressed and felt about myself, how I showed up, how I was showing up for myself in my day-to-day. I was running around, not always putting everything and everyone before myself. So I wouldn't, pull my face together and wear colors that I love and show my style and wear my